Hi there, welcome to my channel on this beautiful corner of the internet. We are moving into eclipse season, and the eclipses always bring some much fated changes, and this can also bring a sense of anxiety or overwhelm because the energies can be very intense around eclipses. And so it's my intention to help guide us through this month ahead in a way that can maybe help us to ground into working with the energies or framing how we look at these energies of the eclipses in ways that can mindfully assist us in our journey. I have my notes of the messages and energies that I am meant to relay and share. And I'm just going to begin by sharing some insights into eclipse season. So we have the solar eclipse on October 14th. It will also be a new moon in Libra, also conjunct with the South Node, which is one of the nodes of destiny and also is relevant to past lives. So where we have been and where we are meant to witness ourselves in energies that we have been carrying for multiple lifetimes. So what this looks like is former experiences as well in this lifetime that connect in with past lives and hold heavy karma for us. So this solar eclipse is also bringing to light letting something go to let something else new in, which is matching in with the new moon cycle. Now the new moon is going to be in Libra, so this also brings in harmonization of also balanced partnerships, our connections as well within our own inner feminine, inner masculine energies. It's bringing in a sense of truth, a sense of justice, and the things that we essentially let go, it's going to be balanced out. The things that we release or we're guided to release are going to be a version of sacrificing something so that we can create space to allow room for something new to come through. And this new beginning is going to be a very big new beginning. We can reframe the word sacrifice because this might help us resolve feelings of resistance to that word or to the energies around this specific eclipse cycle. And so what I was guided to share for this reframe of the word sacrifice is to look at it as an energetic exchange. And what I have written down is that something may get more energy towards it right now versus this other thing. It's just a matter of focus, intention, and energies. You can still value that one thing, but sometimes we just have to dedicate our energies elsewhere that we're being called or guided to or aligned to do so at a specific time. Next, we have the lunar eclipse, which is on October 28th. This is also a full moon in Taurus. And this moon is going to be conjunct the North Node, which is also a destined, fated point of alignment. It brings about fated circumstances, experiences into your life that have relation to your destiny, where your soul is headed in this lifetime, that will also allow us to step into our personal version of our soul level legacy. With this lunar eclipse, there's also going to be a form of shedding with the culmination of acknowledgement of where you're headed and where you're going. It's also allowing us to step back and look at what comes to fruition as well with the solar eclipse and take a moment to grieve anything that we have let go of. So I was guided to share a little more about soul level legacy and what that means. What I wrote down is that soul legacy are soul level experiences that encompass all timelines. They pull together into the now to create a future that contributes to the long-term story of this lifetime and the next to come. This includes the afterlife, it includes transcendence, and it includes future lifetimes. And it's a reminder of how our present lifetime is a culmination of past lifetimes, current, and building a life where there is a timeline that transcends even this lifetime and this life's future timeline. This is a cycle in time that is essentially allowing us to reroute our soul's history from other timelines into this lifetime and for future lifetimes to come. So I invite you to think about how every time there is an eclipse season cycle, this doorway of opportunity is opening up for you, and your conscious awareness of deciding how you're going to work with these energies every single time to then continue on your soul legacy, to continue on your destiny, and continue this lifetime step by step building and getting there. That is what the opportunities that these eclipses bring. And it's about getting on board with your soul's journey to the fullest, your highest potential, and what is possible for you on a soul level. So the intuitive message that I was guided to share in regards to eclipse season as a whole, I kept being shown the Egyptian scale of justice. And what this is also based on is the Egyptian belief that the heart of the deceased was weighed against the weight of a feather. The feather belonged to the goddess of truth and justice. And I received that the reason that they were showing me this symbolic message to share is because this month is also about honoring heart, honoring truth, and honoring justice, and honoring that the scales of balance of not just this lifetime, but multiple lifetimes and timelines. And it also brings into focus social good. And when I say social good, what I am being shown is I'm being shown someone deciding if the decision that they decide to make around this time, if it contributes to just themselves or if it contributes to the collective whole of humanity. It's about balancing people pleasing versus self-honor and questioning where to put our focus at this time, where to put our priorities. It feels like there's an energy that some of us may feel a sense of fear or maybe ego around surrounding if this is a form of self-entitlement. And what I'm inviting you to think about is to prioritize your heart first and your truth. The message that I was hearing was that truth prevails in the heart, honoring that our truth will prevail through our heart center, and trusting and knowing that that will prevail and add to the collective energies as long as we are honoring our deep soul truths. A collective theme that I was receiving for the month of October is about this triple effect of timelines and energies that some of us may be simultaneously sensing and moving through all at once. So how this came through, it's about balancing release, the void, and new beginnings all together at once. Because of the effects of the eclipses, it's like honoring 3 states of being at one time. And everyone in the collective as well can sense or move through these timelines of energies in completely different timelines, because the eclipse energies begin before the dates that they actually take place on, and also after the dates that they take place on. So because of this effect, some of us may feel like our equilibrium is a bit off in terms of our energetic systems, our mind, our body, our spirits, because what's happening is that our higher selves, our spirit as well, is tuning in and picking up the frequencies of these timelines, these transitions, these stages simultaneously. And your human mind, your physical body, needs time to also catch up and understand what is happening on a soul level. It can create a very disorienting type of feeling. And the advice at this time, if you start to feel these ways, is to try your best to allow yourself to stay in the in-between stages of transition, or these timelines, or these energies, the best ways that you can. Also, honor that you may be shifting in consciousness of versions as well, with your higher self linking in, or also with your spirit team, your intuition, your guides. I'm also seeing too a lot of people downloading, especially in between sleep and awake state, downloading versions of new software or new knowledge, new soul wisdoms, and also soul level awakenings to information that is ready to be received on a soul level in regards to your destiny, your life purpose, your fate. The veil as well is a lot thinner around this time of the year, also as well with All Hallows Eve and Halloween, and the eclipses have this effect as well. So the best ways that we can also kind of work with this actively is to make sure that we are really anchoring our spirits into our bodies the best ways that we can, making time for meditation in between any of the intense energies that you may be feeling, also allowing yourself to rest as you need it. Some of us may be feeling as well like we're being called to more rest states, to allow our human minds to shut off so that we can receive these higher levels of consciousness and frequencies and downloads throughout the changes that are energetically shifting and simultaneously upgrading us. A collective theme that I was picking up on is in regards to the throat chakra, forms of reconciliations, mending and honoring new self-truths. And what this was coming through to me as was a focus on speaking up on things from the past. It's an energy of someone who has had time to alchemize and ruminate through lessons, cycles that they have completed or moved through or learned, especially from the retrograde season. This is being shown as things that some of us have been keeping secret or keeping to ourselves. This doesn't have to be primarily focused on just verbal communication with other people in close relationships. It also has to do with revealing soul gifts and new ventures, new connections that also on some level of a degree will have links to past lives that we have left off from prior lifetimes. Or it could also have to do with past experiences in this lifetime that can feel like past life versions of yourself through this lifetime, because those old stories, the ways that you have rewritten yourself now, they don't feel like you anymore. But there are old attachments with people who have known you from those past stories, those past selves, that may also come through around this time as a form of retribution or a form of connection that is ready to be mended or moved through. This also can look like you just having a moment to yourself where you just allow a truth of your expression to be spoken, even just out loud to yourself. And that alone can be the catalyst effect that helps remove you of any energies of the past that you've been hoarding and just keeping secret from yourself. That is also allowing you to release any versions of energetic karma, energetic debris, lessons, cycles that maybe you needed to drop or not carry anymore as a burden. But specifically, because this is linked with the throat chakra, it is something that more so is a spoken exchange. So those were all of the messages that I was guided to share at this time. If you have found this video helpful for you, it would be an honor if you left a like on this video as a ways to let me know. And if you feel aligned to subscribe, that would also be such an honor to have you return here. Also, feel free to let me know down below how you are feeling with the eclipses that are coming up. How are you feeling about the month ahead? Did you find these messages were helpful for you to maybe reframe how you may be thinking of eclipse season and how to work with the energies? I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for tuning in with me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.